Hey guys, welcome to the replay. If you are watching the replay, I've got a special guest on today. My name is Lindsay Grammont, the Homemade Mommy. I blog over at Homemade Mom. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? I'm going to put my wide angle lens on here so that you can see both me and our special guest today. Good morning, Erin. What's up, guys? Let me know where you're watching from, and please put a dash and then your name afterwards so that I can know who you are. And if you are new to my scopes, please type in the number 1. Guys, I've got a special treat for you today. Again, I'm Lindsay Grammont, the Homemade Mommy. I blog over at homemademommy.net, and I am also a Crown Diamond with Young Living. So I am myself a smarter networker. And I am the founder of the Oily Angels. You can check us out at theoilyangels.com. Today I've got an awesome special guest Skyped in here. Her name is Laura Santowski. Hey Laura, what's up?
Hi Lindsay, good morning.
Good morning. Can you guys hear Laura okay? If you can, give me a thumbs up so that she can know that you can hear me. She can't see the scope because she's here on Skype, and this is the first time she's ever been on Periscope. So give her some hearts because she is like, no clue what's going on here. All these people are typing in. They're telling you good morning, Laura. So I'm going to let Laura, I'm going to give you guys a little tidbits on Laura, and then I'm going to let her further introduce herself. But she is going to be spending about 20 minutes with us today. She works with Dani Johnson. Are you guys familiar with Dani Johnson? If you are, please type in Dani, D-A-N-I. If you're not familiar with her, you can check her story out at DaniJohnson.com. She is an amazing, amazing person, and she has some amazing events and some amazing resources. And if you guys aren't aware, smarternetworker.com is one of those amazing resources, and Laura works there. And apparently Laura was a smarter networker herself in business, has made quite a sizable income and has had amazing results, and her passion now is to help all of us to achieve those results as well. So thank you guys so much for sharing with your fans. If you are new to Periscope, or even if you're seasoned, now is a really good time to share because I'm about to pop it over to Laura to share all of these amazing secrets. Again, the headline for the post was 5 ways to be a smarter networker and how to learn the skills, because you can continue to do things the way you're doing them and bang your head against the wall. But if you don't learn the skills and invest in yourself, then you're kind of, the odds are not in your favor. So this is a post about that. So if you want to share, swipe from left to right or from bottom to top, and you can share on Twitter, Facebook, with your followers on Periscope. And if you have shared, please type in the word shared so we can thank you. And let's get started. So Laura, thank you so much for taking the time today to do this with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on, Lindsay. Welcome to all of you. I know that a lot of you are calling in from lots of different places, or watching in, I guess. I live in Southwest Ohio, and I'm excited. I've never done this before, but this is awesome. I met Lindsay really I guess we really connected a couple of months ago because we had something in common. We both had been involved in business. I started a business at the ripe old age of 22. I was very young, so I had no clue what I was doing. And, networking was very new. I didn't really have any clue what I was doing. I went to school because I was supposed to, not because I knew what I really wanted to do. And so when I finished school, it was this big wake-up call, like, what are you going to do with your life? And I just said, I have no idea. I was very unprepared and didn't really have a lot of life goals. And I got started in a part-time business, similar to what Lindsay has now done on the side. Of course, it's, obviously on top of a lot of other things that she's doing. And for me, when I first got started in business, again, I didn't know really what I was doing. My goal was to make money. I had this great vision, and there was all this opportunity, but I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know where to start, honestly. And so I failed pretty miserably. I'm hard-headed. I have a lot of pride, and I thought, I'm not quitting. I can make this work. I can do it. And I had a lot of negativity from the people around me that didn't believe in me and weren't really on my side to get me to succeed and to really encourage me at all. And so that was really tough, if any of you have ever kind of played some mind games with yourself. And I found a training system. It took me about 2 years to really get serious. But once I found a training system, all I did was just follow it. I was very careful about following directions, making sure that I was listening and that I was just doing everything I was told to do. And as I started to grow my business, I ended up working with, associates and things like that. And I just plugged them into the exact same system I was doing. And then here I built this great $1 million business after 2 years of failing pretty miserably. And so having a system to really follow, no matter what you're doing, find someone that can guide you along the way, whether it's your job, your lifestyle, your job as a mom, your job in corporate America, your business, whatever it is. And leadership is really important. And you can tell a couple of things from a leader. Number one is the size of their following. And number two is what somebody says about them behind their back. And I've been really, really impressed with Lindsay. She has an incredible following. And she also has an incredible passion for helping people. And she has an ability to really help people in their lifestyle and helping people get out of debt, which is what we're going to get into. But she's really proven her passion to help people understand that wellness is a way of life, that prevention is better than a cure. And she's done that in her business, but she's also done that in her blog, which I'm very impressed with. I think she is an incredible leader. And she's really proven herself through her results. And like she said, I work with a company called Smarter Networker. It is a training system for anybody who's involved in any type of business. But we are also an affiliate of Dani Johnson, who comes from a very tough background. And I don't know if any of you can relate, but she grew up in a very violent, drug-infested and abusive home her entire life. And she escaped, when she was like a teenager. And she got to a point where by the time, I guess, she was like 23 years old, young adult, and she was living like thousands and thousands of miles away from home. But she had gotten herself into a very, very tough situation where she was already going through a divorce. She was $35,000 in debt. She was completely homeless, living out of her car, and honestly didn't really have anywhere to go. And she had kind of two options, right? Go back to the exact same thing I just came from. And if I ever want to have kids, I'm now raising my kids in the exact same type of environment that I grew up in, which isn't healthy for anybody. And she knew that. So she said, look, I am going to make something happen with my life, or I'm going to physically die trying. And she started a business out of the trunk of her car. Within her first year, she made $250,000, and by her second year, she made her first full $1 million. Now, all of us are probably not necessarily capable of doing that. Maybe we don't think we're capable of doing that, but you know what? She is the prime example that if she can do it, anybody can do it. And she has now set up an entire company that is
They're all saying, by the way, they're all saying wow right now.
Sorry, you guys, I can't see any of your comments or questions. So we might have time to answer a couple questions at the end, only a few. But here's a couple of things. Number one, she has, like I said, a company, and Smarter Networker is part of that company, and it provides tools and resources to teach and train the average person how to have success in any type of business. So when you're getting started in business, right, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the American dream, and I'm so excited. But how many of us, we might even think we know what we're doing, but we don't. And I watched it happen in our own family. My brother wanted to start a business. He had investors. Everything was set to go. And I am not kidding you, because I've been in business for so long, I prayed that it did not work out. Because I know my brother. He's hard-headed. He wants the results, but he has no idea what he's signing up for. He knows nothing about marketing and advertising and investing money. And what do you do if something crazy happens in your business? And so that's what Smarter Networker is here for. But there's a couple of different aspects to what we do. And we have different, like I said, tools and resources that range anywhere from learning how to manage your time better to learning how to get out of debt to learning how to really build your business and duplicate your business and to get your business to succeed. So what we're gonna kind of go into now is a part that really focuses on debt, because it's something that probably 99% of the people on this video today.
I'd like to see from you guys how many of y'all, if this is a goal of yours, to get out of debt, to pay off your mortgage, to pay off your cars, to pay off your credit cards, to pay off your student loans. How many of you guys have that as a goal? Yep.
Absolutely. And actually, Lindsay, why don't you explain like what's happened with, we have something called time secrets that becomes so important, because how many of us are busy? People are busy doing different things: school, work, kids, sports, activities, church, you name it. We all need more time in a day. And this specific resource is designed to give people an opportunity to manage their time better so that they can do more with the time that they have. And I know that Lindsay's had a lot of results really applying time secrets to her own personal life.
Yeah, so time secrets is what got me sold on all of this. This past summer, Krista Smith, who I think some of you know, is with our company, and she is at the top of her game, and frankly started in 2008, has 15 children, and does not work that many hours a week. And she said that I really needed to look into time secrets. I don't know about you guys, but probably all of you think that I've got all of my stuff together and that I'm very organized, but I'm really not, and and at all. And I'm very passionate about helping all of you, but I was wasting a lot of time, to be honest, and was spending a lot of time, throwing a lot of time out the window on doing some things that I should not have been doing, that were not important to helping and serving you or helping and serving my family. And Time Secrets really changed that. And I was working probably way too many hours, and now I'm working 20 hours a week and still supporting you guys very well, but not as stressed out myself. So I think that it focuses on what you really need to do. And I've done a Periscope about this before, right before or right after, I think it was right after convention. So if you guys want to go back on catch.me/HMadeMommy, you can find that one about me cutting my hours and can hear more about that. But it really was due to Dani's Time Secrets.
Mm-hmm. And you heard about that from Krista Smith.
Yes.
So you can look that up. Lindsay will get you the links and she'll show you where to go and stuff like that. But you know, we're never going to have more time in a day. And what happens is I hear a lot of people say I'm busy, which I totally understand. I'm busy too. My question is, when are you ever not going to be busy?
Never. Well, it's a mindset. It's totally a mindset thing. How many of you guys say all the time, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm so busy, I can't do this, I'm busy, I'm busy. It's this busy mindset. And it's like, for some reason, it's cool for us to say I'm busy or I'm tired, which is silly, right? I mean, just saying that, you're speaking life into that. And do you want to be speaking life into being busy, or do you want to be speaking life into being accomplished, being, who you want to be? And so it's a habit you got to break, but it makes a huge difference on your life to not feel like you're so busy that you're being so reactive. You can focus on what you want to focus on, and it's your choice, really.
Yep. Absolutely. So I think it's awesome. I appreciate what Time Secrets has done for a lot of people. Another thing that we kind of want to funnel into is really talking about the idea of debt, because again, we all have it. I know that some of you are going, oh my gosh, if I could just pay off my car, that would be a huge relief. If I could just get closer to paying off my student loans, that would be a huge relief. And I work with people, like humongous groups of people that have paid off humongous amounts of debt, because the events that we have with Dani Johnson, they are live. And it is an investment to get to an event. So if you've got a pen and paper, I'm just going to give you the dates and the location of the next event. And then we'll explain a little bit about what's going to happen there, because I don't want to take too much of your time this morning. So the event is October 17th, 18th, and 19th. So you've got a month's notice. And the event's going to be held in Burbank, California, which I believe is a suburb of LA. And the entire event is designed to help people move forward in their life. There is business training involved, absolutely. because all of us need business training, whether we're at home during the day, whether we're at a big business during the day. No matter what the circumstance is, we can all use different skills to help us get better at doing whatever it is that we're doing right now. And so it is a couple $100 investment. However, just like Lindsay said, time, I'm busy, I'm tired, you don't understand. It is a mindset, and it's very easy to say I'm busy. How many of us get invited to go to like a birthday party and we're like, I think I'm busy that day, right? We're always busy, but are we really always busy, or is that sometimes an excuse? Because we're all guilty of that, and we've got an event going on, and I realize that some of you are busy, but I urge you to find a way to figure it out, because let me ask you a question. If you could live the rest of your life debt-free, would you be less stressed out? Would you be less worried all the time about everything? Because how many of us are guilty of realizing that money could be the number one stress in our life? It affects our health. It affects our personal relationships. It affects how we interact with our kids. And we've got this event that, like I said, it is somewhat of a business training, but it really focuses on you and helping you get better with people, helping you build better relationships with the people that you're around, understanding them better, learning about money, how to get out of debt, living your life debt-free, building your business debt-free, simplifying things.
I just want to interrupt for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Because I want to explain to people, because we've had some folks drop off, and that's kind of sad. Because the only reason that I am promoting this above all other events is because of what Laura just said. So if you guys heard her, the biggest focus is enhancing your relationships with other people, with your family, and with all the people around you. Because something that really stood out with me from going to First Steps was Dani talking about that. I mean, how many of you guys live with people? How many of you guys sleep with people? How many of you guys are around people every day? Are you? Comment if you are. If you're around 5 people, please comment. If you're around 1 person, please comment. Are you actually a person? Then please comment, because that is the key, is that we spend a lot of time worrying about things that are related to our relationships. And that is what this event is all about. And it has helped me to repair relationships with my daughter, to repair relationships with my husband, because if you're stressed out at home after school, trying to get your kids to do homework and trying to do everything else, it's not just about business, guys. And this event is very different because of that. It doesn't focus on call this many people and you'll do this XYZ. It is how to actually be a real, true human being and repair the relationships you have around you, and learn how to enhance the relationships you have around you to help you to be successful in life and in your work. Because if you can follow in the path of God and live a godly life, then you are going to live abundantly. And it is the relationship that matters. And all of that is tied in. All of those relationship messes are the reasons we have debt, because we fill the void with material things. And this entire event is how to repair that part of your life and to not be filling your families with material things, and to actually fill your life with love and friendships that are meaningful and that are important, and to be able to donate and give your time to causes and things that you are passionate about. So it's not about getting out of debt, earning a lot of money, and buying a giant house and a fancy car. That is not what this event is about, and that's not what being a smarter networker is about. That's a surefire way to just lose everything you have in a few years. You might have a great couple of years. It's kind of like an NFL football player. You're going to be like on cloud 9 for a few years, and then you're going to go into the toilet. So if the people who are remaining on here, 62 people, would go and get the other people back that dropped off and explain to them that that's what this is about, I would not share something with you guys if it was about anything less. So thank you, Laura. Go right ahead. I just wanted to make sure I interjected with that, because
I'm glad you did.
I'm putting my brand on the line by scoping about this, and I just want to explain to people why.
And what I think is important that people understand is that, I think you're doing people a big favor, Lindsay, by going, look, I feel personally a moral obligation to help people get out of debt. I host free classes in my own community at a church. that are 100% free, that are designed to help people get out of debt. Why? Because it is so overwhelming being in debt. And I personally, number one, I can tell you what it's like to be broke because I was there. I was so overdrawn in my bank account because I didn't even know I didn't have money. Young, stupid, uneducated, and just wasn't paying attention. I also know what it's like to live debt free. And let me tell you which one is like, they're not even in the same category.
Yes.
And so our goal is to really focus on helping the average person, because there's nobody out there helping any of us learn how to live a more simplified, debt-free life. You're right. It's not about getting out of debt and then trying to find a way to buy a bunch of crazy stuff. No, get out of debt and stay that way. And I work with a couple up in Canada, Jennifer and Louie. And I can't get into all the specifics of the story because it would be too long, but they went to an event similar to this back in March. And since then, they have paid off $40,000 worth of debt. They also, Louie, applied some of the skills that he learned about working better with his boss, interacting better with his employees, building a better reputation at work, and got a promotion, and is now making $40,000 a year more in the marketplace. That's an $80,000 decision for this couple. I work with another girl, Wendy, who went to an event in January, and since January, her business has grown $750,000, not in profit, but in volume. 22-year-old girl that paid off $1,000 worth of debt. Mike and Shelly that live in Canada have paid off $32,608.74 in the last 11 months. What if you paid off $32,000 in the next year? Where would you be? Some people get good at soccer. Some people get good at woodworking. Some people like Lindsay get like phenomenal at interacting with people and blogging. And you're seeing people, why not you? Why can't you get good at paying off debt? Why not? And we've got an incredible opportunity for people to learn how to do that. Like I said, for some of these people, it cost them a couple $100 to get to an event to learn skills, how to now make more money, to be debt-free, and to live a much less stressed out life where they have more time. And that is the one thing you're never going to get back. You can always make more money, but we will never, ever get time back. And I know it's a couple $100 to go. If we can't afford to go, I feel like we can't afford not to, because what will be different then in the next year? So you don't have to go. It's not mandatory. We're just offering it as an option to people because a lot of you are looking for an opportunity to move forward in your life, and yes, to pay debt off and to have more time and to just live a better life. And where do we go for that? It's
nowhere.
Scary.
There's nowhere to go. Yeah, there's nowhere to go for that. You just kind of pretend that it'll fix itself, or you pray, yes, right, that it'll fix
yes.
itself. But really, until we actually do something to act, praying only gets us so far. So, yeah. So you have
My
to.
thought is that, you know what, it is true. God helps those that help themselves. And this opportunity came about this morning on a gorgeous Thursday morning for a reason. And again, if you don't want to go, don't go. But if you do decide to go and you go, you know what, I'm going to go on faith. I personally, I know Lindsay's got the link she can share with you guys and whatever. She'll come on at the end and explain all of that. But I will put a 100% money back guarantee on this event. And if you come,
wow,
you
that's
really
huge.
don't think it's worth your money, I will put 100% my money where my mouth is. And if it's not worth it money-wise, it's not worth your money to go, I will give you your money back.
Wow.
Because now you can go your way, we'll go our way, and you can just go back to what you just came from. It's not that that's bad. It's that there's this whole other thing that's out there, and if you never try, you will never know.
That's right.
How many of us realize, yes, we can say I'm busy, right? We talked about that. But how many of us think it's so easy to say I can't afford it?
So easy.
Such a great excuse.
And you know what's crazy is that when we say that, I can't afford it, or we can't afford this, and our children hear that, we are passing down that feeling of poverty to them. And Absolutely. If you guys ever have said to your children, we can't afford that, then I want to help you change your mindset, because a child does not need to hear that. What they need to hear is we are choosing not to buy that. We are choosing not to buy that. We have the money to buy that, but we are making a choice to buy this instead. And that makes a huge difference in a child's life than hearing we can't afford it, because how is a child going to grow up if they think we can never afford it? It's a choice. It's not, and really if you say we can't afford to invest in ourselves, then we have some serious priority issues, because you will learn at Dani's event, she will actually point out a way for within the first week that you have attended that event to have paid for your investment to attend, and it's in your pantry, guys. A lot of you who follow me, maybe this isn't as relevant for you because you eat real food, but if you have more than one option for breakfast in your pantry, how many of you guys have 5 options for breakfast in your home right now? You could literally live off of what's in your pantry and in your fridge and in your freezer right now for the next week and save probably enough money to pay for the ticket to attend the event. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's not a week's worth depending on your family budget, but we as Americans have the money to invest in ourselves and to learn something like this. And we just don't put value on it. We think that something else like buying clothing or buying a purse or buying Starbucks every day or, I don't know, is more important.
Absolutely. And you know what? Like I said, this is an opportunity for you to just live a different life. And to me, I really look at it and I go, you know what if you had an opportunity to meet a new group of people that did nothing but empower you to move forward and to change for the better. And like I said, to live a better life. And I just look at it this way. What if we sacrificed one weekend out of our entire life to learn how we could create financial independence for us and for our family? Just what if? Because you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and I mean, the point is, look, I do a lot of scopes, right? And you guys get a lot of free information from me and from Alyssa Pepping and from the ULA guys and from others. But, while you're listening to a quick periscope, you are folding laundry, you're driving your kids to school. I bet a lot of you guys right now are completely multitasking and only hearing about 5% of what we're saying. When you go to an event, it's like compressing 9 months of little quick periscopes and inspirational Facebook posts into two days, right? 48 hours, and you are totally immersed in it. You are not on your phone. You are not attending to your children. You are not folding laundry. You are not driving. You are sitting in this event fully focused on what you're hearing, and it's going to catapult you much faster than if you are just listening to things here and there as you're multitasking, because our biggest problem is multitasking, frankly. So that's huge. Being immersed in an event is huge. So if you feel like now is the time that you want to actually start to make a difference in your life, then I highly encourage you to do this. And especially with Laura saying that there's a money back guarantee. That's huge. So I'm going to give you guys the link on what to click on to attend this event. But I didn't write it down before we were starting this. So I'm actually going to tweet it after this, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook page as well. So you can go to Homemade Mommy on Facebook, or you can check in our business groups, the Oily Angels, if you are an Oily Angel, or you can look on Twitter if you follow me at HMadeMommy. So you can go to Twitter and go to @HMadeMommy. And you will find the link to actually check out the video testimonials and learn about this event that's in October. This is going to be the last event this year of this kind. So it's really your last opportunity in the year of 2015 to go and attend an event like this. The next one probably isn't going to be until later in January or February. So Laura, I just wanted to make sure I explain that before people go and get lost.
But I'm glad you did. And I want to wrap up. Obviously it's, people have got a lot of things to do, and I appreciate you inviting me on to really help portray this vision to people. And there's just one thing I really want to end on is I wish I would have learned this stuff when I was like 14 and 16 and 18 years old about money, because I made some really stupid decisions. But thankfully I started to learn these principles when I was in my late 20s. And there are people that never they feel like it's too late. It is never too late.
Mm-mm.
And this event is going on, but it's only an opportunity for you to hit the reset button and for you to set some different goals so that you can end this year different than you ended last year. How we go into this next year of 2016 is going to be dictated by the choices that we make today. And there are people like a Krista Smith who have created financial independence. She's a phenomenal leader, and she has now duplicated that into her team. And all she did was give Lindsay the same choices. Look, I'm going to this event. You don't have to go if you don't want to, but I'm going no matter what because this is what it's done for me. And Lindsay went on faith.
Yeah, and I'm not even on Krista's team. I'm not even on Krista's team. But she's that passionate about it that, you know, we want to help everybody. And it doesn't matter whose team you're on, if you're even on a team, or if, I mean, there are people at these events, they don't talk about network marketing at all at these events. It's just if you are a business. There are people there who own a gym. There are people who run a restaurant, people who run franchises, people who just want to learn to be a better person. So it's a very comfortable event to go to. There's really nothing about it that pushes anything having to do with network marketing at all.
Right. Absolutely. And that's exactly, I'm so glad you said that because the fact that you're not even in Krista's team is so great. That's how I feel. It's like there was no vested interest for Krista to explain all of this stuff to you, but now she's helped get you into this community where you've now implemented some of these different things. And that's what we're on the phone or on this scope here for you this morning is to give people opportunity because we're not finding it anywhere else. Mm-mm. We're racking up debt upon debt upon debt. One of my best friends came out of school. She got married. She had student loan debt. He had student loan debt.
Aye.
They got married. Now they have a wedding.
And a mortgage.
Guess what happens? They bought a house. Then they got pregnant, which means they buy new cars. Hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of debt. And I'm not saying that that's bad because that's life. But all I'm saying is that what if we could learn step by step how to get ahead in life and how we can start to teach and train people in our community, our children, our youth to make smarter decisions today so that they're not in that same situation when they're 25 and 35 years old and they have their entire life ahead of them.
Yes.
But they're so bogged down with this debt and not knowing how to even put one foot in front of the next. So it is strictly an opportunity for you all to take advantage of one weekend that could totally change your life. And if it's not worth your money, you have my word. I will be there out in LA in October. And I will give you your money back. That's how serious I feel about giving people opportunity.
But you need to click on my link if you want to get that guarantee, because otherwise we won't know who you are. So so make sure you check at the end. And I want to make the point also that I see a ton of children at this event. 7-year-olds who paid their way to get to this event themselves by being entrepreneurs and learning that from going to these events. So sorry, my dog is barking like mad because someone's at the door. But she stopped now. So there are children 7 years old, 8 years old who have paid their way to come to these events. And it's really fascinating to me to see them sitting there listening, taking notes. We have teenagers sitting in this room taking notes. So if you have trouble relating to your teens, if you don't understand why they don't respect you, if you feel like you want them to learn how to be successful and everything around them is teaching them the opposite, then these kind of events are things you can go to. And they're every 6 to 8 weeks. And it's just really an amazing community. So thank you so much, Laura, for this. Does anyone have any questions? We've got about 40 folks still in the scope. If you have a couple of questions, please ask them right now. If not, then we are going to go ahead and sign off. And you guys can share the replay. I know a lot of you are getting kids off to school and things like that and are going to be watching this later for this great information. If you are new to my scopes, again, you can follow me by clicking on the plus sign, and you can check out the replay at www.catch.me/HMadeMommy. And you can subscribe to my newsletter by texting the word HM News to the number 33444. The link to check out this event and all of Dani's products I'm going to tweet out right now, and I'm going to post on my Facebook page at Homemade Mommy, and I am going to post it in my business groups in the Oily Angels Connections. I don't think we're getting any questions, so everyone's really excited about the info. Thank you so much, Laura. We really appreciate your time. Thanks every one of you for remaining on and for listening and for your time and for your comments and hearts. Appreciate you investing in yourself today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.